What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to just the Gen X guys for just a second. All those boys that grew up in the 80s. What was some of the most important things to you during that time period? It's like elementary school, it's junior high. What were you fascinated about? What posters were on your wall? What magazines were you reading? What was it? I'm going to just throw a few ideas out there. I'm pretty sure that one of these four is going to make your top 10. The number one is going to be, the Lamborghini Countach. Number two is the F-14 Tomcat. You know I'm talking. Number three, eventually it happens to all of us, girls with too much hairspray and neon leotards. You know who you are. And the number four has to be ninjas. Ninjas were everywhere. Ninjas were in every single facet of pop culture. There were video games about ninjas. There were movies about ninjas. We had American ninjas. We had ninjas that were turtles. Ninjas were everywhere. Ninjas were the throwaway cannon fodder bad guys of every single movie. Whether it was cool or not, ninjas were everywhere. And in video games, we had some great ninja representation as well. And a couple of those came in the form of Ninja Gaiden and Shinobi. Shinobi, a pinnacle of SEGA, just synonymous with SEGA and all of their goodness. And it was a great game series in the arcade, on the Genesis, and all the consoles. Great stuff, good stuff. They even had this really cool Shinobi game that came out on PS2. It was pretty difficult, but it was really kind of cool, and I liked it. But Ninja Gaiden was kind of what I was into more than Shinobi. Ninja Gaiden was a game that really, I know it existed in the arcades, but I really got attached to this thing on the NES. And was it hard? Yes, it was absolutely. I think the only game that I ever beat in the entire Ninja Gaiden franchise was this third one. It was not the Temple of Doom, the Castle of Doom, something of Doom or Terror, Terror or Doom. Not exactly sure. The main bad guy was Joaquin or Joaquin or Joaquin. I don't really know. He wasn't joking though. He was very tough. So I was really, really excited that this year we were going to get some sweet ninja representation in the form of remakes, reimaginings of both Shinobi and Ninja Gaiden. Very excited. Now, you know I'm a physical media guy. I buy physical media when I can. If it's a downloadable only title, well, you do what you got to do, right? And you go ahead and you download that. But I was excited that there were going to be physical copies of these games available. So I've had these games both pre-order for a while now, just as soon as they came out. I've got Shinobi over at Limited Run, and I've got Ninja Gaiden over at Best Buy. Best Buy is my go-to place to pre-order all these games. I'm really excited, waiting for both to show up. And the hype was definitely getting real. We were getting closer and closer to the release date, the physical release date. And then Ninja Gaiden did something kind of nuts. They decided to go ahead. Well, let me backtrack for just 1 second. Maybe it was kind of nuts 10 years ago, but this seems to be the norm now. And this is really becoming a problem for me personally. I'm having a real issue with this. Let me explain. What did Ninja Gaiden do that pissed Fox off so bad? Well, they decided to go ahead and make the digital version of the game available right now. Well, Fox, what's the problem with that? Well, the problem is that my pre-order, the physical copies aren't coming out until September 12th. We are a month and a half away from the physical release of these games, and you can already download the games right now. Oh, well, that sucks, but I gotta tell you, that's what happens, right? If you're gonna go ahead and go the physical route, this is what you gotta do. This is just part of the pain that you're gonna have to suffer, right? Not necessarily true. It's not necessarily the case. There's a lot of publishers, whether it's movies or video games, that have released both at the same time. That way nobody felt slighted. But to add insult to injury, not only can you download the game right now on all the major platforms, but the cost of the downloadable title is only $25. My pre-order with Best Buy was $40. So here we go. Talk about a company that is trying to actively discourage the purchase of physical media when you're going to charge almost double for the product and make people wait a month and a half for it. And that really, really sucks. It absolutely sucks when you're trying to collect physical media, because you and I both know there's something special about having that tactical experience, about having that game. And yes, some people have said in my comments, what, you're gonna have to get up off the couch and change the game? Yes! That's exactly what you're supposed to do. It's called exercise and blood flow into your lower extremities, okay? It prevents bed sores. Yes, you're going to have to get up and physically change the disc. What's wrong with you? Moving on. So I was definitely distraught, discouraged, aggravated, frustrated, but did I download this title? No, I didn't download it. I've decided to wait, like I did for many other titles. Iron Meat was one where everybody was able to download it, and I said, no, I'm going to wait for my physical copy to show up, and I did. You're not going to be first. You're not going to be the first to play, but, you're going to stick to your principles. I guess it's a weird hill to die on. I get it. I know there's a lot more important things out there in the world than this, but it's something that I really, really want to encourage is the release of physical media. So what about Shinobi? Shinobi sitting on the side. Fox, you're mad at this ninja. What about this ninja? Well, this ninja over here, let me tell you what this ninja did right here. SEGA decided that they would not release the downloadable version of the game. No. But they did release the demo of the game. So while Ragebound came out, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, which looks great, kind of pixelated, kind of cool, kind of a throwback, but seems very slick and fast and awesome, and I can't wait to play it in September, they decided to release their demo now. So while the ninja hype was going, go ahead and release Shinobi, the demo, now. And that way, if you've got your physical copy reserved, or even if you've got your digital copy pre-ordered, here's a little something to get you excited. So I downloaded the demo. And am I excited? Am I glad? Am I happy about my purchase? Holy damn. I mean, so there is a little bit of a difference between the two. Even if you just look at the trailers, you understand there is a difference between these two ninja titles. Ragebound, the Ninja Gaiden version, is going to be slightly pixelated, but it's kind of a cool, kind of a throwback. You definitely know you're playing a video game. With Shinobi, after playing the demo, you feel like you're interacting with a piece of artwork. This game is incredibly beautiful. This game is gorgeous. When you play, the controls are buttery, silky, smooth, and it's just a beautiful game. I mean, everybody who plays this, I don't care what gripes you may have about the game, you're going to fall in love with the way that this just looks. It's hand-drawn animation. It's gorgeous. All the moves are sort of exaggerated. His stealth is just incredible. And what I really was taken aback by was some of the gameplay, how it just feels organic. It seems like it's utter chaos when you watch the trailer. It doesn't feel that way when you play. Not at all. And then with some of the heavy moves, the camera will slow down ever so slightly, and you'll hear this little this little punch of sound to really sort of accentuate what's going on. It is an incredible game to play. It is a beautiful game to play. I've not been this excited. I mean, there's been some really fun games, and I'm so happy with the purchase of some of these other games recently that I've got. But this game, Shinobi, is just such a silky, smooth, fun game to play. I was, before I knew it, an hour and a half had gone by, and I was like, I got to turn this off. I got to get ready for the show tonight. What am I doing? What I was doing was having a phenomenal time with an absolutely, I cannot overstate this. It is a beautiful game, and it just feels so great to play. It really does. When you charge up your meters and you use your special moves, the over-exaggerated animation of his special moves are just insane. And when you pull off ninjutsu for the first time, if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, you're going to lose your mind.
You're gonna regret ever being born!
So all that being said, after I played the demo, how do I still feel about Ninja Gaiden? Did it make me so angry that I decided to go ahead and cancel that pre-order? Well, no. I did not cancel my pre-order for Ninja Gaiden. I still want to support physical media. I still want to play this game when it comes out. It looks really cool. But I did cancel my pre-order of Shinobi. I absolutely did. I canceled it. And I upgraded. Instead of just the standard version, which I had both, I had Ninja Gaiden and I had Shinobi, the standard versions. I had both those pre-orders. I canceled my Shinobi pre-order and I upgraded. So I'm going to get the limited edition, the classic edition, just like I did with Streets of Rage 4. Lizard Cube really knocked it out with this whole package, really knocked out with this game. And from what I've seen, just playing the demo, they're going to absolutely kill the Shinobi release. It's a beautiful game. If you haven't played the demo, I'm going to link it in the description of this video so you can go and download it and check it out. It is a phenomenal play. And thank you, Lizard Cube. Thank you for the distributors for not penalizing physical pre-order customers. We all got to wait just a little bit longer, but at least we're on the same playing field. And this ninja, Shinobi, has got my support. While the other ninja, Ninja Gaiden, well, I mean, I'm still keeping my pre-order, but I'm kind of disappointed. Anyway, let me just think about all this in the comments section below. Everybody, you have a blessed day, and I will see all of you next time. Hiya. Ninja. Ninjas were everywhere. It was the 80s. Ninjas were in everything. Ninjas were in cereal.